Hello and welcome to Minion Elite's YouTube channel. It is the 10th of November and I am your host Beardy. Today we are looking at the next war in our list of wars, and our next one is against a Japanese clan which we won 115 to 88. So straight on now with the war stats. Most heroic attack is going to Luke with his attack on the number 4, I think. Brilliant attack that was. Most heroic defense, Khan. It's team stats now, and I think there's a big list of 6-star wars here from people. So as and when it starts, Kim, Poseidon, King Atif, Unlucky Kevin, narrowly missing out, Marcus, Tecmacl, Jesse the Man, Lil Lucas, Yeti, Mr. Turtle, Ryft, Mr. Sasquatch, Chick. Really stupid attack on number 30. You missed out on your 6-star. Everybody else got one except you. Chief Rick, Matt, Max Power, and Tin Man. Also Clash Geek and Squatchnado also getting 6-star wars. And then the scouts on the 10s. Defences now. And DoggyDoor got 3. Well played. Optimistic Nut. Well played. Marcus. Well played. Jesse. Mr. Turtle, Tin Man, Heisenberg, Mr. Echo, and that rounds up the defences. Okay, straight on to the first replay, and we've got Luke. Okay, Luke is doing a lava loon attack here, and it's a really awesome attack because he's got really low level heroes for this attack. Coming in from the left side, 9 o'clock angle, slowly starts punching through some of those side buildings there as she makes her way slowly towards the first compartment. Down comes the king and some wall breakers now. Punch straight into that first compartment and then take on that queen. Fortunately the king does get taken out there before the queen does, but the queen comes over and finishes her off. Also gets the air defense, and now that he's got all of those, he doesn't even worry about the Hounds clan castle and the queen's ability, and he brings in his hounds and his loons. Coming in from the 8 o'clock angle, he's working all the way around to the 2 o'clock angle, and you can see how the loons are slowly progressing their way straight up to the first line of defences, which he then automatically gets 2 rages down to then cover them to get them straight up towards those infernos. Some well-timed nice freeze spells there as well, just to make sure that they stayed off duty or offline, as you might like to call them, whilst the loons go straight up towards the top. Some good rage spells and haste spells as well, just to keep them going quicker. Some very well timed loons coming in from the back end there kept the wizard tower busy while the bigger cluster of loons came up towards the wizard tower, so they didn't get attacked instead. It's really good strategical play by Luke there to make sure that he definitely passes off on the attack. And now we're on to clear up. Really well played by Luke there. Absolutely buzzing attack. Boom, the base is destroyed. Well played, Luke. Excellent, buddy. Okay, the next one is TopNoob, Dennis, versus the number 7 here. He's opting to bring a golem here to get towards the first air defence with the queen. And then on the other side, he's brought his king in, and his plan is basically to try and take out the queen and hopefully 2 air defences if he's lucky. But I think he's just going to get the queen and an air defence. In all fairness, the queen's doing quite a lot of damage over around that area as well. She should hopefully be targeting the air defense soon. He pops his ability to make sure that happens. So he has at least got one of the air defences down, plus the queen, and in come the hounds and the loons. He's working from 11 o'clock all the way around to 5 o'clock, clockwise angle. Haste spells straight away in the key areas to make sure that those loons push towards the areas that he needs to push them towards. And then as they're now coming towards the middle, a rage spell and freeze spells to just make sure those infernos stay offline and loons do maximum damage. Really, really awesome attack by Dennis here. You can see one of the infernos actually is a single shot, which isn't a very good idea to do when you're playing against this kind of attack. You can see again it's the same, that the base design is very, very similar to a lot of the same 3-star attacks that I show you quite a few times now on videos that I've done now for this clan. So it's not something that we're not used to doing, not just on our war attacks, but our farm attacks are just the same as well. Well, these bases are internet bases and they're used for trophy pushing. What's the point of using them for war if they're used for trophy pushing? All the same though, he did run a little bit of risk right at the end there with that wizard tower. The cluster of loons just managed to take it out before they're going down themselves. You can see they're really low health. And there goes the last defence. Loons did a really nice split there just to make sure that they took out as many buildings as possible. And boom, the base is destroyed. Awesome stuff. Well played, Dennis. Right on, next attack is DoggyDoor, aka Mr. Lucas, and he's doing a really awesome witch attack here, and I really, really love this. I must have watched this about 3 or 4 times. He planned the absolute crap out of this to make sure he mapped everything and took ages to plan everything to make sure that this worked out. Had to get the timing on the wizard and the queen perfect. The queen is doing absolutely amazing amounts of damage on that right hand side there. She's got 5 healers doing absolutely awesome work, keeping her well healthy and up to speed. And the king has just gone up from the 7 o'clock angle, and the basic idea of those two, I think, is to basically create the path for the witches to go basically straight through the middle. Mr. Lucas has brought 11 witches, which is basically spawning quicker than they're getting killed, basically, which is just absolutely awesome. All he has to do is just make sure that the splash towers, which is the reason why he took this base on, was they're all around the outside, stays away from the witches. So he's got some hogs coming in there to take out that mortar just before they do any significant damage. You can see that wizard tower at the top there is just absolutely massacring the skeletons trying to take out that Tesla. Fortunately, the queen is coming up. She's absolutely annihilated that right side of the base. She's done basically a one-man army there, and the witches are also creating so much damage through the middle there. Brilliant stuff. See that last wizard tower there is just creating quite a significant amount of damage towards the witches, and has managed to kill off pretty much the entire army. It only takes one wizard tower and the entire army's gone, but fortunately this has come at a point where it's really just about over for the base. It's 1 tower left, and that's attacking a archer queen that's definitely not going to die from it. So yeah, I'm just going to speed this up now as we can see what's happening. Absolutely awesome attack, Mr. Lucas. Boom, the base is destroyed. Alright, Weaver's up next, and he's attacking the number 9. Again, you can see the very similarities of this particular design. It's why we 3-starred it, because we know we can. That, and we also have quite a few Town Hall 10 attacks, as our Town Hall 9s do an absolutely amazing job, as does the Town Hall 8s. So yeah, that gives plenty of chances for us to try these attacks on and try and see if we can get the 3 stars. And Weaver got it on this one, with the King and the Queen coming from the 2 o'clock angle to take on the Clan Castle troops, which there was a big abundance of, and any other problematic situations like the Queen, and hopefully an air defence. I think he did get an air defence, yeah. The loons have come in from the 1-2 o'clock angle and all the way around to the 6 o'clock angle. He's got rage spells down to begin with, straight down with a free spell overgoing a Expo, Sweeper and Inferno, which is really good stuff there. That meant the loons can just go over and just annihilate that, which they've done perfectly there. Still under a rage spell, so they're just creating so much damage as they're going along, just taking out all of that middle. Loons now coming over towards the wizard tower and taking out the last real massive chance of this base having any defence. and you can just about see it's pretty much over. Really awesome attack, Weaver. Well played, buddy. Boom, base destroyed. Alright, King Atif's up next, and he's got a really nice go-ho attack here against the number 10. It starts off at the 6 o'clock angles. Usual 2 golems, then wizards for creating the path. Jump spell basically opens up a nice little chunk of compartments there, plus access to the queen. King moves straight up there to take on the queen. Now I'm guessing there's 2 double bombs behind that, in between that air defense and the expo, so if they don't get triggered, he's at least definitely killed the defenses around that area to stop the hogs actually triggering over there anyway, or walking that way. He's coming in from the 7 o'clock angle, surgically around to the 12 o'clock angle. Still got 13 hogs left. He's used a giant as well for the point defense. Hogs have taken out quite a few defenses there on the left side. He's now bringing in some more hogs coming in from the 1 o'clock angle to try and catch up with the hogs then coming around to meet up in the middle. And the rest of the hogs are then coming in from the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock angle, and you can see there they're just now coming down to the last defences. Queen's still alive as well, she's shooting at a wall as usual. And there goes the last defence. Punches her ability there just to get all the extra troops out. Down goes the king. Boom, base destroyed. Well played, King Atif. Alright, Tecmacl up next, and his attack is against the number 11. First off, your usual pathing situation here. Has a jump spell to get straight over towards that queen. Air defense getting taken out as well, plus air sweeper hopefully is a bonus building, I think. Use one of the rage spells just to give his kill squad just that extra punch. There's a few storages around there, so he probably wants that extra punch just to punch through them quick enough to then get back towards what he's got to kill, which is the clan castle troops and the queen. All the same, they're going down, and in come the hounds and the loons coming from the 2 o'clock angle and 3 o'clock angle, and then second air defense just on that 6 o'clock area is the starting point for some more loons to come in as well. The third hound now goes down, and also some loons then coming in from the 7 and 8 o'clock angle. No more spells left now, just clear up troops, but you can see the last air defense now going down. Lots of loons now slowly moving their way up. Should hopefully get that last wizard tower there quite easily. And then quite a few loons left to go to get over towards that archer tower. Also timing some minions and a wizard, which didn't quite work out to its advantage. I think his plan was to try and see if he could get that archer tower down with the extra wizard, but those buildings acted as a bit of a extra hit point for that archer tower, so he didn't quite make it out with the minion and the wizard, unfortunately. In come the hounds though, full rage on, and down it goes for a boom. Base is destroyed. Well done, Tecmacl. Excellent attack, mate. Alright, next up is Ryft against the number 23. He's one of the 8.5 brothers, and he's going to begin his attack at the 12 o'clock angle to take onto that queen. Here comes the golem, and then hopefully a few wizards for placements. Excellent stuff. Wall breaker there coming in to punch into that first compartment, and on comes the onslaught of witches, King and Archer Queen. You can see the Clan Castle troops now coming over. Poison spell down. Some strategical 9 o'clock hogs coming in here. I think the purpose of this is to try and take out as many of the towers on that angle to stop a double bomb plate trap. He's then come in with the 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock angle with the bulk of his other hogs to take on the base. You can see they've split here, and some have gone over towards that area where that's triggered, but the bulk of them have gone the 6 o'clock angle, which is quite handy. He's taken 4 heal spells with him for this, so he should have lots and lots of ways of keeping the hogs nice and healthy. And he's managed to trigger the 2 double bombs perfectly. Really, really well played there by Ryft. And now onto the final tower before clear up. Brilliant attack, buddy. And boom, the base is destroyed. Alright, our final attack of the video is the other 8.5 brother, Mr. Turtle. He's coming in from the 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock angle with his golems, and then wizards to clear a path. Puts a wall breaker in to get past the first compartment, and then in comes the wizards, witches and the queen. Golem's also coming towards the middle there. King's now been taken out, which is quite handy, and in comes his king. King's going to go straight up there, head straight towards the queen. Poison spell down to kill off the clan castle. Triggering 2 of the bombs as well, really helpful. A couple of hogs now coming in from the 4 o'clock angle, working anti-clockwise round to the 3 o'clock angle. Coming in clusters of 4s and 5s there. Triggering one of the bombs perfectly there, healing back up and then triggering the other one. Really well played there by Mr. Turtle, and then coming in with the rest of his hogs at the 2 o'clock angle just to take out those top defences. Really awesome attack there by Mr. Turtle, and he's now coming up to the last of the defences. Brilliant stuff. Loads of hogs left over for clear up. Brilliant attack there, and boom, the base is destroyed. Okay, that just about brings us up to speed with this war. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Next war is against a clan called Portugal RC. They've only got 93 wins, so we're looking very optimistic about this war. But I'm sure these guys will still provide us with lots of awesome attacks. So all the best of luck to them, and we'll see them next war. And I will also see the same to you. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoa, one more attack left to show. I'm telling a few fibs on the whole goodbye. This is an actual fail by our resident ship. We're going to show this on the tube because this is basically what not to do if you want to stay being a Minion Elites member. Basically got a little bit too big for himself, tried to save a few spells, and actually paid the penalty of not 3-starring it. This being that he's a Town Hall 9 as well, so we don't look too kindly at Town Hall 9s failing on 8s. But yeah, this is how it happened. He did his usual kill squad coming in. Should have done a lot better considering he's got a queen as well. 4 spells. Terrible chip, terrible. Speed it up a little bit there. See, he's now coming down. And now in come a few hogs. We'll speed it up a little bit more. And yeah, they're just coming in all different angles. He hasn't put any heal spells down. There goes a few of them there from a giant bomb. And what he's actually done is he's gone past them himself for them all to come straight toward the middle to where those double bombs were. Why did you do that, Chip? And to save on spells as well. That was just really, really silly. All the same though, it did prove quite comical for the rest of the clan watching this attack. And yeah, Chip did get a heck of a lot of sticking for him as well. But yeah, what basically it ended up being was him running out of time. Basically, there was just a mortar which was aiming at that golem, but he didn't think about the fact that there's a camp, and he had the archers. He could have put an archer over to that camp, and it probably would have done it, but he forgot. And there we go, time over. That now brings us to the end of our video. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye.